Hi guys this week. So we are, funnily enough, going to be looking at some more trees, and we are contemplating an office move. Well, sorry guys, but I am completely obsessed with making trees at the moment. So another 6 trees that I made today. So I've not really been doing much else on the layout, but mainly making trees. So boys, yeah, Sylvia has been making a beautiful wall and she wants to show it to you because she feels she's being left out. So,
yeah, I know he does it all the time.
Yes, exactly.
I want a puppy for Mother's Day. You really get me a puppy.
There you go. There. Okay, right, let's take a look at the wall.
There's not even like even compassion on like, wow, look at this. What Sylvia's like, yeah, let's have a look at the wall. He's not even going to use this wall because he's probably just doing the one with like, you know, sponges thingy, because Michael from Australia said this is the best way to do it, so he's doing it. But look at me. I'm making such a beautiful. Look, I crushed it, I grained it. Look how beautiful it is. Look, see? Like a proper Welsh floor. See? Okay, I know this is always not from Wales, but it doesn't really matter. It's like from all over the place. Look how nice it is. It's got thingy in there. It's just we're missing Poppy.
So Sylvia's been busy making a little stone wall. So you can see there's a bit of wood at the bottom and she's put all these little crushed stones on the top one by one, and then a little bit of green on it to finish it off. So that's going to probably sit by the church or somewhere else. More trees. On a more serious note, these trees, or this tree on the right, was made with a slightly different technique. Can you see it's actually a real twig? So I took a real twig, I put some polyfiber on the top, I've added a bit of fine turf over the polyfiber, and then some knock leaves on the top of that. Yeah, I mean, it's a simple tree, it works. And you can see sort of underneath, see the little branches. These 2 trees, the silver birches that we were painting before, again put some polyfiber on, bit of fine turf and some leaves, and a bit of yellow fine turf on the top as well, just to add some accents. So I'm quite pleased with all of those. And I just twisted another armature, ready to make another tree, probably another silver birch as well, with a few more branches on this one. So as you can see, well, the tree collection's building up, more trees there. And of course, we've got all the trees down there as well. So, and Sylvia, like I said, found a load of lichens. So we're going to make some more trees out of them. So I think by the time I finish, I'm going to have hundreds of trees. So I'll be happy. If you need any trees for your layout, then if I've got any left over, I'm quite happy to send them on to you. You can probably guess what we're doing. We're making some trees. I'm making a weeping willow tree, if you know what one of those is. That's the armature for it. And Sylvia's been busy making lots of other smaller trees. One day we might actually finish all our trees. I did say to Sylvia that we needed at least 100 for the layout, and we're probably up to about 50 at the moment. Well, we are in fact up to 64 trees, I just counted. So there's a little diorama up on the shelf, there's the new ones on the table, and then all these as well. Well, it looks like I might be adopting a new workshop. So there's a little bit of work to do, but we're going to take all the panels down, sort of move a few things around, and I'm going to be moving from my cold garage into a less cold wooden garden building. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. Well, Sylvia is working on building the next wall to go around the church. So she's built a couple already. So she's got to work on the next one. She sits there in the background working away. Doesn't like to be on the video much really, but we do get the fruit of her labours on the layout. So thank you, Sylvia. So a top tip for model makers: if in your family you use things like spice jars or spice pots, if they get empty, never let anyone throw them away, because these pots we can use. They've got, you can see, look, they've got like shaker style. These ones have got as well, like holes in. So we can put all our modelling stuff inside these. So here's one I made earlier. So you see it's a empty pot. So now I can put stuff inside that, and then I can use that to shake over the layout when I'm doing the scenery. So if you've got any of these ones that are empty or lying around, make sure they don't get thrown away. Well, we've got our road. So our road starts at the top and comes all the way down here. And then it's going to come along this part here and then come over the railway into the station. So I want to paint the road on here, this section, because I want to put some other material, this cork, in between here so that I can then plant trees. Now it's quite hard to plant trees in the wood, so I need something to poke the little tree stems into. So the cork will do a good job. We can drill little holes and put them in. So I'll cut the cork to shape afterwards, but I want to do the road first. And then I know exactly where the cork is going to go. So we're using our MIG asphalt again, my little spatula. I've cleaned all the surface off, and I've got my line marked where I want the road to go. So I am going to start, well, probably cover the railway, and then I'm going to start painting on that road. It doesn't matter if it's too wide, because I will be covering that up with grass and, you know, the mud. So it's not too critical that it's exactly the right width. Changed my mind. I think it does matter. I don't want to get it everywhere. So I'm going to be using some tape. I'm going to put some tape down temporarily. That lets me keep a straight road as well. So having changed my mind, I've put down some tape. I didn't want to make it too straight because then it just looks a bit boring. So I've made it sort of wiggle around a little bit. But obviously, yeah, I'm still going to cover the grass over the edge of the road anyway. But it will give me something that I can just pull off when it's dry or when it's finished. Easy to put down. Look, there you go. Much easier. Well, the itinerant tarmacker has finished putting down the tarmac. So now I'm just going to carefully remove the tape so that it doesn't dry on the tape, basically. Well, after quite a long wait, we are going to be installing our tunnel portals. So these will they slot inside there and also in there. So there they go. So now I'm going to be fixing them in with some of this filler. So I'll just remove them again gently. So we'll put some filler on the background a little bit. Put some with my finger as well, probably easier. So just enough to hold it in place when it goes in. I don't want too much on, so it will squeezes everywhere, but enough to stick it to the wood. So here we go. Put him in, push him in. And that's him, and then the other one. There. So he's in okay. Oops, he's slightly more in there. Right, we'll let those dry overnight, and then I can then fill in some of these other gaps and holes that we've got. Same here with these two. Put some filler, and then we'll, easy to use my finger, I think. And the other one. There, two more stuck in. Now these ones are a little bit more difficult because it's not terribly stable there, so I think I just have to put a little bit extra on so that I can stabilise it with the filler. So I'll put a bit thicker amount on here. Now does that look straight? That looks a little bit crooked. Just a little bit. Yeah, this looks a bit better. He still looks a bit crooked, doesn't he? How does that look? Yeah, that's better. So I'm going to have to cut a little bit of this away so I can put my rock in. So I don't know whether to glue the portal in first and then the rock, or probably better to glue that in first because I won't be able to get it in once the rock's in the way. So okay, I'm going to glue that in first. And same with him. So that's 8 portals now all glued to the layout. I need to be careful cutting this because remember this wasn't fixed to anything. So I'm just going to be gentle. Try not to force it too much. I need to cut a few holes in it just to get this rock nice and in flat. I could do probably a sharper knife because this knife is not very sharp at all. My other knives are indoors being used by Sylvia. Oh, that's a bit better. Still needs a little bit taken out. I think some more here. Okay, that's good enough for me. And I can fill in the top with something else. Now again, I'm going to put some filler on the rock itself. And we'll squeeze it into place. And here he goes. Done. We can use some other filler around the edges. So just to fill in those little gaps that are there. And then I'll just paint over them or put some grass around them or something. As you see, I've got a bit of a lump in my road here where I cut it a bit funny. So I'm going to use some modelling clay to fill in that hole like we did in the road the other side. So I'm just going to put some clay in there to bring that road back down nice and smooth. Well, I want to put some rocks on this wall along here, so I'm finding the best way to put them in. Maybe around that way. Yeah. So some along there. So we're going to glue them in with the plaster or the filler. Thanks for joining me this week. We'll see you next time.